You ever install a brand new transmission and a battery and end up with a Silverado that's worse than when it showed up? No blower, no radio, no passenger power windows, and several modules not communicating. In this video, I walk you through how a simple battery fuse oversight caused major electrical chaos and how we got it back online without even touching a scope. U151, U151, U151. Lost comms with the airbag or inflatable restraint sensing and diagnostic module. Same. Power steering control module. It says invalid data received from the ABS. Body control. No environmental data. All right, identifier received. Failed current. Lost comms with device on LIN bus. Lost comms with device on LIN bus. Blower motor. Comms with radio. Chassis, inflatable restraint sensing diagnostic. Human machine interface. Okay. Radio looks good. HVAC looks good. HVAC controls. HVAC control module. Okay. The direction we're going to take with this is we're going to look at the communication lines first. See if we can't find out how each module is on this network. High-speed GM LAN, HP5. Let's see if we got HP5. We do not. Let's see if we have E29. We do not. Okay, good. Engine, transmission, transfer case, all on a separate network. Serial data, body control, power steering, brake, suspension, chassis. Terminating resistor here. So we have comms with this, and we have comms with this, and the engine and transmission, right? Yes. It's just saying that the inflatable restraint sensing and diagnostic module is no comm, so it's not on this page. Let's go to our next page. We're going to keep that other one open just in case. Okay, so it's not high-speed LAN. Let's try powertrain. That's for the fuel pump. Chassis expansion. Okay, we got inflatable restraint right here, and that has the 120 ohm resistor in it. It's a no comm, so I could probably do this one with resistance. Steering wheel angle sensor, which we had communications with, if I was correct. Yep. Electronic brake control, suspension control, power steering. Suspension control and power steering we do not have on our network, but I don't know if it's there. It says power steering control module is supposed to be there according to this. That's for a 1500 power steering control module. I don't know if their power steering works. There's our electronic brake control module. So do we have Z95? Let's see if we have Z95. We do not. All right. So this is for 2500s and 3500s in V8 or not. But for the 1500, it appears that there's power steering control module in this. But we have no comms to it. And we have comms to our ABS. And so it can't be wiring. It could be the resistance for sure, but this is pins 12 and 13. Let's start there. We're going to do some resistance checks and see what we find. All right. Voltage, we go to resistance, then we're going to calibrate. We're going to plug them into one another, like so. Firm. Zero. Okay, so first we're going to check 6 and 14. That says 0 ohms worth of resistance. We open circuit it. Yep. Out of limits. Make sure it actually works. Now we have 0 ohms. So there's definitely a short between the two CAN wires. Fantastic. That's on the high-speed bus. I don't understand how I was able to communicate at all. Now let's try pins 12 and 13, see what we get. So we're going to go 12 and 13. We have 60 ohms, which is perfect. So even though it's this circuit that has the communication problems, this circuit has perfect resistance. It's the other one. So maybe the other bus is still awake. Let's swap back over to 6 and 14. And there we go. It finally fell asleep. That was the problem. I still had it awake. It was still awake. It was still awake. That's why. All right. Let's see here. So accessory wake up and communications enable. Accessory wake up and communications enable. This diagram has a lot of stuff on it. It has everything that receives a ignition feed wake up line, like a terminal 15. So there's a good bit, and I want to see what we got over here, which we have the airbag, right? This is on J365. We got the airbag, power takeoff, which I don't think this truck has. It might. Front view, serial guided gateway, suspension control module. Do we have comms with suspension control module? No comm. I don't know if we even have it. Power steering control module. Oops, no comms with the power steering control module, but it says NV8, so we'll have to see if we have that. Or this one here, which is a 1500, so we should have a power steering control module, and we have, if I'm correct, where's that at? Power steering. Do we have power steering? Oh yeah, we do. Sorry, I thought we had no comms with it. So we do have communication to that. Did somebody say that they were unable to communicate with it? Why did I think that? Yeah, I don't know. Suspension control module. Then we go down human machine interface and telematics. Let me see what all we have. If I understand this diagram correctly, we have I05 or I06, and then we have UE1 as well. So we come down, we're going to have this J260 here. We don't have UHX, so there's no front view camera. But we have a telematics communication interface control module and a human machine interface control module. And there's no comms to it. We also have no comms. So there's a connector here. But serial data gateway module K56. So is there a gateway? Oops. Serial data gateway module shows good communication. That means that this connector is good because it's woke up. So it would be here at J260 that we could possibly have a problem. J260, no articles found. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to connector views. We're going to go to vehicle systems. We're going to go to splice packs. This is a joint connector. They only give us one. That's a splice pack. That's why. We go to inline. There's only X's, no J's. Of course, dude. Let's see here. Component end views. Doesn't exist. All right, where can we find this? J260. J260 instrument panel harness in the passenger compartment under the right front sill plate. J260 is line item 7. Slow down. That's not right. That can't be right. That's showing us a splice. Number 7 right here. So we're going to ignore that, and we're going to go back, and we're going to say that it's under that right front door sill plate, passenger compartment. So we'll trust that. That could be what it is. Okay, so doing a little digging, I was able to find that on the power distribution diagram, that says right rear window switch. I need to check and see if that works. But passenger window switch is not working. There's a fuse for it. Inflatable restraint sensing diagnostic module. We have no comms. There is a fuse for it. And these they're hot at all times, and it comes from fuse number 8, 60 amp on the battery fuse box. Now, I also found that the radio says mid-level. That's what you get with aftermarket diagrams. Has a 15 amp fuse. And the human machine interface control module and the radio are on a RDO 20 amp fuse. And the blower motor, which also does not work, is on a fuse. So these are hot at all times. They come from diagrams 1 of 7. And that comes from fuse number 7, 60 amp from the battery. So we're probably going to start by checking some fuses. Okay. Fuse 42 is right door window. 42 is right here. So that's this one here. We have no power. None. Test light's not lit. Now the thing is that none of these fuses have power in this entire area. I don't understand why not. This is very strange. But no power anywhere. Well, no power. None of these fuses have power. Checking them all. Nobody's got power. There's no power over here on this box. The whole box is just dead. So, let's figure out why this fuse box on this side is dead. So, we have the battery cover here. All right. These are our fuses, I suspect. It's not plugged in. Simple as that. We shall see what happens next. Oh look, the radio's on. Let's cycle the key off. Start it up. The window works. The blower works. Everything is good to go. This vehicle is fixed, no parts. So it wasn't a wiring issue, a module failure, or anything crazy. Just one overlooked fuse during a battery swap. A good reminder that sometimes it's not about overcomplicating things, it's just about checking the basics. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more real-world diagnostics. I'll see you on the next one.